Well, Mr. Tinedu, I don't know if you have heard. You have heard that the Northerners are now ready to break away the relationship with Yorubas. And after my analysis, I think the people that will benefit that massive support of the Northerners are the Igbos. I mean, as an Igbo man, don't you think it's about time on a platter the North will support an Igbo presidency?
Mr. Ni, this is a very interesting topic to feast on. Because I'm going to set the table straight, for a major encounter here, where we'll digest properly. I don't believe in heresy. I don't believe in one theory or the other. I believe in reality, because there's no fake in reality. You can fake anything in the world as you want. You can fake whatever you want, but you cannot fake reality. See, do you know why the feudal system is encroaching on the southwest? And the bandits, the Boko Haram, the Fulanizational agenda, those who are funding it, those who are arming the struggle, are not seeing what the Yorubas meant as in liberalization or as liberals. But the factor of religion is being used against them without them knowing. Look at what the game they are trying to play, except now that the Nnamdi Kanu came in, and was able to break certain jinx, that bind. Another person that did the same thing was Yinka Odumakin. Kudos to him, because they realized at a time that what the Northerners were only advocating for is a political feudal system that will give birth to total Islamization agenda. That was why in 1966, 17th January, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa planned to execute that agenda. 2 killings. But Nigeria did not know that Nzogbu's coup was a counter coup. Because Nzogbu, Chukwuma Nzogbu, have the privilege of having, go and ask Gowon and Danjuma today, can they make the report of that committee about the coup of 1966 and the one that's supposed to take place 17th January 1966? Up to today, Nigeria has not published the report of that coup till today. But see, they say it is Igbo coup. They didn't know behind the scene that the British system has already advocated by transferring that sentiment, of conquest to the jihadist agenda, including the Igbo. But the resistance started by Nzogbu, who is exposed to the international community. Who was go ask Banjo, go ask, even though Obasanjo to an extent, was captured in the north during the coup. Ojukwu released him. Awolowo himself, as at that time, Kaduna Chukwuma Nzogbu was the head of the committee that tried him for treason. Where did Igbo man? What is the position of Igbo man to an extent that Igbo man resisted a conquest agenda, and the Yorubas aligned with that theory? Till today, you can see the team moving from north to west. They are going to get tired, and they are getting tired. When they, the reason why they are getting tired is that one man stood up against that conquest, exposing to the consciousness that made somebody want to stand up and say, no, we cannot be part of this. So when I said we cannot be part of this, you cannot rule a particular people by faith and conquest agenda. No, the world is getting civilized. They're using now the Muslim ticket. You don't know where he's driving out. Now the Northerners are seeing the level at which Tinubu is squeezing their head now thoroughly. They are feeling the pain now. So what they want to do now, they want to form a kind of political alliance with the East against the West. But unfortunately for them, the Igbo nation has already placed a resistance wall.
Oh, so you're saying it's not welcome?
Yes, why can it be welcome? Like this guy advanced it, Buhari advanced it to an extent. He wanted it to become, a policy by force, with a hidden agenda, with Ruga, 36 states. just to make sure that he found a way to still implement the ideals of Ahmed Bello and Tafawa Balewa. See, do you know why they wanted Tukuma and Nzogu wanted to give power to Awolowo? There's a reason that I think Igbo does not have that kind of concept, because as at that era, what people were interested on was something that has to do with welfareism, and Awolowo, as seen them, majored on that ideology. They see Awolowo as someone, when he comes in, will be able to take Nigeria to welfareism, and that's what Nigeria needed, that because they needed development having come out from the white rule. So instead of having this kind of agenda, as a burden, let us move to a liberal who is going to fix things on himself, and see Nigeria grow. And the only way they could have stopped that movement was to, align with military boys who find themselves in that space too. And that was what led there. And later they came out. Look at Fajuyi. Adekule Fajuyi. Do you know Fajuyi did not just stretch out his neck for slaughter? There is a reason, because he knew that what led to the coup was not just to take over government, was to stop the hatred that the British government has already transferred to the Northerners against the Igbos by advising them earlier to go into the military, in order to use the Fulani conquest movement, to subdue finally the eastern Nigeria, to lay their hand on the resources from that area. This is not something you hear anywhere. I'm telling you, me on a good note. So, if they not have realized themselves to a point, because Tubu is Bajela Haka, Bajisehoku.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's breaking their bones and neck. Because the people who are sitting there today knew how Abiola was treated. But unfortunately to them, they didn't know, behind the scene lies a hand without a vision. Then they are looking for political alliance now. They are saying Tinubu is going to do one term. We don't know how he came in. They are denying him. They are even begging Tinubu for restructuring. Do you know, this is 37 years after Northerners came out and said, please, can you restructure Nigeria? That is the level of damage. But all these things are happening, that the Igbo tragedy and consciousness are just watching and observing what is going on, especially the 2023 presidential election will never be forgotten in a haste. That taught Igbo nation a lot of things, and they are watching, prepared, bottled up anger already to know the extent of which this thing is going to drive at. The North should be warned. We should let the Northerners know that this is not a 1978, 1960s, 50s politics. The Igbos have understand that there's one thing about Nigeria, the Nigerian factor.
Thank you for that wonderful submission. Mr. Kule, over to you, sir. So the Northerners are finally ready to divorce the Yorubas as their political ally.
It is even welcome if they divorce Yorubas.
It seems the Igbos will be the new beneficiaries.
Yeah, new brides they will marry now. It's welcome development.
I'm surprised because you used to be a proud alliance of the North.
The alliance can no longer stand because one region, one section cannot be trying to be productive, and one section can will start being destructive. Well, we cannot work same way that way. That's why my own agenda, I don't even want to talk too much history, too much story. What I need now is for the government in power now to decentralize Nigeria, because the headache of this country is too much to bear, and no Panadol, no paracetamol can cure the headache of the country called Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Mr. Kule, do you know what this means? Is that if the North shift their support to the East, the Yorubas might not have the opportunity to get to that presidential seat in the next 50 years.
And that's why we say now that they should decentralize the regionalism. Let's even go to regionalism. We don't want all this, what's it called, the federal system we're practicing again. It's not working. It's not working. Let everybody go and mind their business. Let everybody go and mind their region. We don't want any. I'm telling you, the last election I voted is going to be the last election I will ever participate in, because the agenda now is no more election for the country. Let us sit down and see the way we will go after this. Any election coming in, Edo and all this, I can tell you wholeheartedly, everybody will now sit down with Jonathan Comfort and with the constitution, the certain constitution on that we are practicing. We bring that constitution out and we start working on it. How can we live peacefully on regionalism? Everybody will have their own. The center, maybe anybody that wants to be president, he can come and campaign or start campaigning all around for himself. But region, each region will be stronger than it is now. The Boko Haram in the south, in the northern states, they will be able to curb them. And that's why I really like what is going on as of now about the state police. Let us start from the state police. From that state police, we will be, getting down there to, regionalism system, right, of government, because that's the best. As in our place, they say, "Omo bere, oshibere." More child you breed, more poverty in your home. And so why are we now? Why are we fooling ourselves? Nigeria has tried federalism and it's not working. We've tried regionalism during the Awolowo and this same time, and it worked. So why are we not fooling ourselves? We are just gumming ourselves. We are attaching ourselves to what we're not supposed to be doing. We are gumming ourselves to this. We must be won by force, by all force, by all force. Why? We are not meant to be, because the ideology of each region is different. When Awolowo was in what's it called? Controlling the southwest here. That's the region, southwest region. The ideology he brought on to use the cocoa money to build a 24-story building, to use the cocoa money to send a lot of these men now, that they are men now today, to schools, man, free education. So why we not gumming ourselves, packing ourselves as Sunday together, and with that, there's still no result, no productivity, no progressiveness for the country. It's all about crisis. It's all about politics ahead. It's all about who wants to be president. It's the turn of the South. It's the turn of the West. It's the turn of the this. I'm tired. As a Nigerian, I have the right to belong to where I want to be. All right. I don't want to. This Nigeria now, as it is, it's not working for anybody. Okay. So let us sit down. Let us sit down. If it is the best 11 of every region they will look for, let them bring the best 11 and we debate.
Mr. Kule, use this opportunity to demand that from your president that you voted for.
My president, what I'm looking at and what I know is what the pressure is on him already, that decentralization, we should be, the language now is decentralization. Because
do you think he's interested in that?
It might be.
He knows if he does that, resources
yes,
that he has access to will reduce.
Resources.
The money.
And that will not make you to be lazy, neither. You will not be lazy.
All right.
I mean, you know there's crudes in what's it called, Ondo. There's crude in Lagos, Ajehoy. Nobody is talking of to mine that areas. But when there's a regional this thing, you now realize that there's no crude you can go for in South. There's no crude you can go for in other regions, in the Calabar, in the district. You now work on your home and see how you can, this former president tried it. He was trying to get crude. Maybe there can be any access to locate crude, from Lagos down to Niger or from Nigeria down to Niger. He tried it. So you just sleep in and be looking for free money all around. They should put an end to that.
All right, thank you.
They should put an end to it.
Thank you very much.
The Nigeria I want is Nigeria of, what's it called? Nigeria of, just be everybody region, that diversity of the region.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kule, for your usual brilliant submission.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.